Welcome, I'm Janell Shiers, Youth and Family Program Director here at the Center for Spiritual Living in Seattle. I'm grateful that you're here with me today. I'd be really happy to have you with me in person at 11 o'clock on Sundays. But if you're not here in the area or can't make it in, we have these videos available to you on our YouTube channel the week after we do them. So go ahead and subscribe below. That way you'll get notified when they come out. We are in an 8-week series from the Golden Thread of Truth called The 8 Secrets to Happiness. And today we're talking about Be Carefree. And to live carefree is to live from a place of effortless ease. So we all are unique manifestations of the divine. And we each have gifts and talents and things that are unique to us. So you might have something that you can do very effortlessly, and I might say, oh gosh, I wish I could do that. But then I may have something that you think, oh gosh, she does that so easily. So it is a way for us to realize that since we are unique, to not be jealous, to not get on ourselves for not being able to do something as easily as others, but also to rejoice for that person that they can do it that way. And as we see more of that in ourselves and in each other, it will help us move into a place of harmony for all. So just go with your flow rather than fight it, and just know that your internal guidance will know ease and grace for you. So I have a little dialogue for you. I'm going to have to kind of read it from the paper because it's from the Pixar movie Finding Nemo. A lot of you probably watched that with your children. Watch it yourself because it's such a great movie. So it's the portion of the movie called Let's Go. And Nemo, Finding Nemo, is about a father searching for his son. And the friend Dory, the very generous, optimistic, loving fish, remember the one with the short-term memory issues? They're hunting for Nemo across the ocean. Well, Nemo's Marlin, he's full of worry and fear. And throughout the journey of the movie, he has to rely on the gifts and talents of those he encounters. He needs to let go, literally, in order to complete the last part of the journey. So it's the portion where Dory says, hey, you okay? And Marla says, what is going on? And Dory says, I don't know, I'll ask him. Well, this is the part of the movie where they're inside the whale. And the whale answers. Dory says, I think he says we've stopped. And Marlin says, of course we stopped. Just stop trying to speak to the whale. You're going to make things worse. What is that noise? Oh no, look what you did. The water's going down. It's really going down. Dory, really? You sure about that? Marlin, look, it's already half empty. I'd say it's half full, says Dory. Marlin, stop that, it's half empty. Whale talk, whale talk. Dory, okay, that was a little tougher. He said either we should go to the back of the throat or he wants a root beer float. Marlin, of course he wants us to go there. That's eating us. How do I taste, Moby? Do I taste good? You tell him I'm not interested. Dory says, okay, talking to the whale again. Marlin again, stop talking to him. And the whale raises its tongue. Dory says, okay, let's go. Marlin grabs a hold of Dory. What are you doing? Dory says, he says it's time to let go. Everything is going to be all right. Marlin, how do you know? How do you know something bad isn't going to happen? Dory, I don't. Both let go, and the whale blows them out of his blowhole to safety. Now that truly is letting go. So with that example, in the story, even though they both were inside the same whale, Dory and Marlin have totally different experiences. And it's because their perspectives were different. Dory had that belief that everything would work out for the best. So how can your thoughts affect your world? Just like Dory and Marlin, how you see that situation determines the outcome. So if Marlin had been alone, he probably wouldn't have let go and would not have found his son. So I will put a little link down below in the comments for you to watch that section. And depending on how large your family is, a nice activity that can show how to be carefree and release some of that struggle in our lives is if you have like some yarn and you can make yourself a little yarn maze between some chairs or tables so it's big enough that they're holes, and then your younger youth can work their way through them, through as many of the holes as possible. And that way they can see that even though there may be obstacles, there's still ways to be easeful around them. And for some of your older youth, a nice way to go with the easeful is explaining what the path of least resistance might be. And you can use that especially with rivers, how water might flow down a mountain. There's lots of things online that you could do that with that. And especially with your teenagers, they can really recognize talents and unique treasures in others around them. And they can even think, well, what can someone else do that they think is easy, but what can I do that someone else may not think? So this being carefree lesson of the going with the flow rather than fighting it can be discussed in your family in a variety of different ways, and just even by watching a fun movie together. So thanks for joining me. I'll see you next week, and holler if you have any questions. Bye.